For years, international rugby has been defined by one timeless question. What truly wins test matches? Is it dazzling attack, spectacular tries, and free-flowing rugby? Or is it relentless defense, dominant scrums, tactical kicking, and the ability to stay calm under pressure? Every generation has produced different answers, and the debate has never been more relevant than it is today. Across the rugby world, supporters have noticed a clear shift in the way elite teams are playing. Matches are becoming faster, the ball spends more time in play, and scoreboards regularly climb beyond 50 or 60 combined points. Some fans love the entertainment, while others believe something valuable is being lost. The discussion is no longer simply about tactics, it is about the very identity of rugby union. Teams are constantly adapting, coaches are searching for new solutions, and governing bodies continue looking for ways to attract new audiences. Yet the biggest challenge remains finding the right balance between excitement and tradition. No coach understands that balancing act better than Rassie Erasmus. Since taking charge of the Springboks, he has built one of the most successful eras in South African rugby history by embracing the complete game rather than focusing on only one aspect. His philosophy has never been based solely on attack or defense. Instead, it has always been about having the right answer for every situation. If a powerful scrum is needed, the Springboks are prepared. If territorial kicking becomes the key to victory, they have the players to execute it. If quick attacking rugby presents the best opportunity, they have developed exciting playmakers capable of taking advantage. That versatility has become one of South Africa's greatest strengths, because opponents cannot predict exactly how the team will approach each contest. The modern game has undoubtedly become faster, and attacking rugby has flourished across international competitions. Supporters are witnessing more line breaks, quicker ball movement, and greater emphasis on keeping possession alive. Spectacular tries create unforgettable highlights, helping the sport reach wider audiences through television and social media. From a commercial perspective, exciting attacking moments naturally attract attention. However, rugby has always been unique because it rewards every skill on the field. A perfectly executed tackle can change momentum just as dramatically as a brilliant try. A dominant scrum can win crucial penalties, while a well-placed tactical kick can transform field position and eventually decide a match. Those moments may not always appear on highlight reels, but experienced rugby followers understand how influential they can be over 80 minutes. One reason the Springboks have remained among the world's leading teams is their refusal to become one-dimensional. They have expanded their attacking options without abandoning the physical identity that has defined South African rugby for generations. Players such as Siya Kolisi, Eben Etzebeth, Cheslin Kolbe, Kurtley Arendse, Sasha Feinberg-Ngomezulu, and Damian Willems offer creativity and attacking flair, but they are also expected to contribute defensively and work relentlessly off the ball. That commitment reflects a team culture where every player accepts responsibility in every phase of the game. Looking ahead, one of the biggest questions in world rugby is whether the style that dominates annual competitions will remain successful when the pressure of a major tournament arrives. League competitions reward consistency over many matches, but knockout rugby is very different. In elimination games, every mistake becomes magnified, every penalty matters, and a single moment can end years of preparation. History has repeatedly shown that the teams lifting the biggest trophies are usually those capable of defending patiently, controlling territory, and managing pressure as effectively as they attack. The ability to remain composed when momentum swings against you often separates champions from contenders. That is why squad depth has become increasingly valuable. Modern rugby seasons are physically demanding, making rotation essential rather than optional. The Springboks have invested heavily in building competition across every position, ensuring experienced leaders and emerging stars are ready whenever called upon. Young talents continue learning alongside seasoned internationals, creating an environment where knowledge is constantly passed from one generation to the next. It is a long-term strategy designed not only to win today's matches, but also to keep South African rugby competitive for years to come. The broader debate about rugby's future is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. Some will continue arguing that higher scores and expansive attack represent the sport's future, while others will insist that defense, scrums, lineouts, and tactical kicking remain equally important. Perhaps the real strength of rugby lies in its variety. Unlike many sports that rely on one dominant style, rugby allows different philosophies to succeed when executed brilliantly. One weekend, a team might win through relentless attacking pressure. The next, another side may triumph because of disciplined defense and outstanding game management. That unpredictability is part of what makes every test match so compelling. As the next chapter of international rugby unfolds, the most successful nations are likely to be those that refuse to specialize in only one area. Complete teams, capable of adapting to different opponents and different conditions, will always have an advantage. Whether playing in the heat of the Southern Hemisphere, the wet winters of Europe, or the pressure of a World Cup knockout match, adaptability remains one of the greatest qualities a champion can possess. The Springboks have built their recent success around that principle, combining power with skill, experience with youth, and tradition with innovation. Regardless of how the game continues to evolve, that balanced approach could prove to be their greatest weapon as they chase more success on the international stage. As rugby continues to evolve, another fascinating question begins to emerge. Can a team truly dominate international rugby by relying on only one philosophy? Recent seasons suggest the answer is no. The most successful nations are those capable of adapting their game from one week to the next. A team may need to play expansive rugby against one opponent, while relying on tactical kicking, defensive discipline, and set-piece dominance against another. Flexibility has become the defining characteristic of elite rugby, and few teams demonstrate that better than the Springboks. Their ability to shift gears during a match has become one of their greatest competitive advantages. Instead of forcing the same game plan every weekend, they assess the conditions, study their opponents, and choose the approach most likely to deliver victory. This adaptability is largely the product of outstanding coaching and careful squad planning. Rather than building a team around a handful of star players, the Springboks have developed a wider group capable of performing under pressure. Competition for places ensures that every training session is played at test match intensity. Established internationals know their positions must be earned, while younger players understand that consistent performances can open the door to the highest level. That environment naturally raises standards across the entire squad and prepares players for the demands of international rugby. The role of leadership cannot be underestimated either. Captains and senior players influence far more than what happens during 80 minutes on the field. They shape standards at training, guide younger teammates through difficult moments, and help maintain composure when matches become tense. The return of experienced figures such as Siya Kolisi and Eben Etzebeth strengthens that leadership group, but it also creates valuable learning opportunities for the next generation. Promising talents like Sasha Feinberg-Ngomezulu, Kanan Moody, and Cameron Haincombe gain the benefit of working alongside players who have already experienced the highest highs and toughest disappointments in international rugby. That combination of youth and experience has the potential to keep South Africa competitive well into the future. Of course, the rest of the rugby world is standing still neither. Nations across both hemispheres continue to refine their attacking systems, improve conditioning, and embrace new tactical ideas. Defensive structures have become more sophisticated, while kicking strategies are constantly evolving. Every coaching staff searches for small advantages that can make the difference in closely contested tests. In such a competitive environment, success often belongs to the team that can adjust quickest when the momentum changes. A side that can defend patiently, recover from setbacks, and seize opportunities when they appear is far more likely to succeed than one relying on only one's strength. That is why major tournaments remain so unpredictable. League matches and annual competitions reward consistency, but knockout rugby tests a team's mentality as much as its tactics. There is little room for error when one defeat ends the campaign. Players must manage pressure, remain disciplined, and execute basic skills with precision. The teams that thrive are usually those capable of staying calm while others become impatient. That lesson has been repeated throughout rugby history and continues to shape the way leading nations prepare for the biggest occasions. For supporters, this ongoing evolution is ultimately good for the sport. Every season introduces new players, fresh tactical ideas, and exciting rivalries that keep international rugby unpredictable. Some weekends produce high-scoring thrillers filled with spectacular tries, while others deliver tense battles decided by a single penalty or a crucial defensive stand. Both styles have their own appeal because they showcase different aspects of rugby's unique character. The beauty of the game lies not in one philosophy replacing another, but in the constant contest between contrasting approaches. Looking ahead, the Springboks appear well positioned to remain among rugby's leading nations because they have embraced that balance.